Hi there again, it's me, Susie. How are you? I just started a video and I ended up deleting it because it just started a really bad frame of mind. I don't want to do that. It's me, Susie, again, coming with you with another episode from my Writing with Spirit this week. Actually, I just finished it today. I wrote it today, so I'm just going to read it out loud to you in just a little bit. If you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Susie with Susie's Spirit Ramblings. What I do is I started January 18th. I keep thinking January 19th, 18th. It wasn't January 18th. I started writing. It was before, it was January 18th. It was before the inauguration of the Orange Man. And things were bad on that day, and they have not really gotten any much better since then. And again, I'm going into deep depression mode, so excuse me if this sounds a little bit off. Anyway, I started January 18th Writing with Spirit, and what I do is I just start writing down what my thoughts are for the day. It's supposed to be a daily thing. It turned out not to be a daily thing, but whenever I have the time to sit down and actually write. And what then happens is I ask Spirit to take control of my fingers, and my spirit guides come through and help me through the mess that I'm feeling and help me work through my thoughts and give their guidance and their ideas and their thoughts about what we can see coming in the future. Some of it is really, really interesting. Some of it sounds weird to me, but I'll take their word for it because I have learned through the years that I can fully trust what they're saying to me. If I could only remember to trust them and not try to be pig-headed about it sometimes, things would be a lot better. So what I do is I read from Writing with Spirits, and then I take a look at some cards to see what the atmosphere is and how to deal with this thing. So today's Writing with Spirit, this was a rough week for me as I learned of the passing of a very, very dear friend of mine, my stepdad. Call him my stepdad. He lived with us for 5 years. He moved into our apartment when I was living in Germany, and so he lived in Germany, and I didn't get to see him that often. But when I was in Germany, I tried to make a point of going to at least have a cup of coffee or have dinner with him or something like that, with him and his wife at the time. His wife called me Monday and told me the devastating news. He passed suddenly, and she was still dealing with the pain, and I am as well. So anyway, let me just read to you what I wrote today so you'll know what frame of mind I'm in. There's also so much going on in our nation right now, politically speaking, and around the world. And I'm just going to start reading to you and see what becomes of this video. I might not even post it. I might not like it at all because, I want to be uplifting, and sometimes it's hard, but in this day and age. But I also want to share some information. So let's see what my spirits had to say today and what I have to read to you. Okay. June 12th, 2025. My nerves are shattered. I'm really having a rough time, crying a lot. Jürgen passed away suddenly last Friday. I didn't learn about it until Monday, 3 days ago. I called him Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear, very unexpected. Trying to explain the relationship is a bit hard. He was my stepdad, mentor, great loving friend. So unexpected. I thought for sure we'd have several years left to laugh, drink coffee, have a great meal together, and just enjoy each other's company. When some people leave this earth, you just say, why? Was his journey really over? I didn't think it was. And At the same time, others, like the Orange Menace, are still here, causing chaos intentionally, doing mean things like canceling $9 billion in much-needed foreign aid, PBS, and Sesame Street. Why? Just so he could have a parade? I do so hope that my guides are right when they say the parade won't be happening this Saturday. And of course, my overall situation, what will happen next? I'm really doing my best to stay positive and calm and know that things will work out. But doubt fueled by morning is very strong right now. Okay, looking at the situation around the country, protests in LA, chaos created by the Orange Menace, by calling in the National Guard, illegally because without the governor's consent. You'd think the Supreme Court would have spoken up by now. A cover-up. The spat between Muskrat and the Orange Man now being pushed to the side. No more talk about the interference in November or Epstein, or the spat between the governor of California and the Orange Man is portrayed. Meanwhile, state-run news outlets, also known as faux news ABC and CNN, are portraying the peaceful legal protests as riots, just to convince the stupid minority that backs the Orange Menace that he's their hero and being tough on crime and immigration. Speaking of crime, Senator Padilla, speaking up and asking questions at a town hall held by Kristi Noem this afternoon, is hauled away in handcuffs while the police disallow any recording of the incident. So, an autocratic state it is now, is it? Well, the people won't put up with it, I'm sure. And the more chaotic and autocratic things get, the closer we'll be moving to the end of this regime. I'm hoping, at least. That is what my guides are saying and what other empaths are picking up on as well. Plus, it's a full moon. Plus, we have a new pope. Okay, Senator Schumer calling it shocking, and I'm reminding of my last writings about time bending to shock some sense into the public. All right then, breathing. In our class with Lori, we looked at the parade. How many people, how many tanks, the atmosphere. I didn't really participate in that question. When I came out of my psychic cone through my crown chakra, I saw nothing. A quiet street. A few young Marine cadets standing, waiting and confused. A bicycle. I asked a passerby where the parade was and was told it had been canceled. But the other students in Lori's class saw more, 1 or 2 tanks, paid MAGA people, the Orange Man waving to the people. Yet all in all, the atmosphere was dampened and the event was more or less a letdown. Now for this Saturday, heavy rain is forecast in D.C. We just will have to see, I guess. Air India crashed today on its way to London. When I heard about it, my first thought was 1 survivor out of 242, plus an unknown amount of casualties from the building it crashed into. Devastating. And in fact, there's 1 survivor. I'm not dealing with death all too well right now. I know death really is not as devastating. Life goes on in another dimension, but, well, I guess I don't really know. Or I've forgotten. Here in this dimension, knowing that Yogi Bear isn't around anymore is really bringing things home. And making me ask, how much of my life am I currently missing out on? Then again, I can't be in so many places at once. I try to visit friends and family in Germany once a year. I have friends and family here too. But losing a loved one suddenly is simply painful, whether I'm close by or far away. Pain and suffering, struggle and hardship, wars, conflicts, arguing, tension. In the end, all we have is ourselves and what we make of our own life. Until we eventually find each other again in the other dimension. Anyway, that's my philosophy. So dark times right now. We want more out of life, don't we? We want governments working for the people. We want to have a say in what's going on. We don't want to have our ballots thrown away into the trash and not counted, or whipped away through some kind of counting or miscounting technology. We want to be happy, loving and loved, respected, joyful, our bellies full, our neighbors pleasant. Sure, of course, we need contrast to know what it is we do want, right? But do we have to all suffer at the same time? Does life need to be this hard? I'm sorry, I'm really very sad. Perhaps I shouldn't be writing today. Well, our empaths and psychics on YouTube are saying that the demonstrations in LA will have ended by the middle of next week. We shall see. In the meantime, nationwide protests are planned for this Saturday. No king demonstrations. And Pope Leo will hold a speech in Chicago, while the Orange Menace will be pounding down on demonstrators in D.C. and elsewhere, calling them unlawful rioters, scum. And meanwhile again, Florida and Texas are calling in the National Guard to quell protests and help ICE round up the migrants, most of whom are only illegal because our government has failed to pass proper legislation. They want to be doing the right thing, I'm sure, these migrants, I mean, and are willing to work hard to be here. But here, bigots abound. It's so sickening. What we're witnessing is a showing of good versus evil. So very film noir, mythological in nature, a true tragedy in the Greek sense of the word. Okay, Senator Schumer calling the arrest of Senator Padilla shocking, and I'm reminded of my last writings about time bending to shock some sense into people and the public. Okay, breathing even deeper. Tears are welling up as I think of the loss of Yogi Bear, the loss of our constitutional rights, the loss of our humanity, the tragic loss of our sanity, the loss of 242 souls on Air India today. Please, spirit guides, I really need answers to all of this. I'm really struggling right now, and I'm sure many of us are. And they say to me, that's it, sweetheart. Keep breathing. Breathe. Surround yourself with white light. Know that we are here with you. We know you don't feel it right now. The grief is strong. Yogi Bear is smiling. He looks 35 years younger. Smiling, good-looking man. And I remember, he's cute, Mom, I said, when she brought him home. My friend Sue was there. My sister was there. He sat at the chess table, talking to us, 3 girls. We were reading Tiger Beat and talking silly things like young teenagers do. But he was so good-looking. 12 years later, at age 40, still very good-looking. Well, always, in fact. Okay, guides, I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Talk to me. And they say, remember the times when you went through your monthly cycle and you felt so depressed? When you used to cry so hard because everything inside of you hurt? The depression was strong. And you realized eventually, oh, right, it's that time of month. And the depression lifted almost immediately, remember? Thank goodness you haven't had to suffer like that for a while. But you do still suffer. Like you're suffering now. The depths of despair are not quite as deep now, though. Yet you're suffering, nonetheless. And the collective is suffering as well. So the point we're making, they say to me, is you need to remind yourself what it is you're going through at this time. It's a time to drain the toxins from your system. Time to move forward with hope for the future. More than hope, determination that life is getting better and better. The people are speaking up. You need to cheer these incidents on because it means things are coming to the fore that will be healed very soon. And your Yogi Bear is here. It's still too early for him, He's gaining his footing. He's coming to terms with his new reality. He's here, though. Remember what death is. No one really ever goes away. They're just in a different form, in a different dimension. Yogi Bear has been an important figure in many of your past lives. Your father in one life, your brother in another, your husband in yet another life. You had a strong connection with him. Now you feel abandoned. Another important man in your life is no longer with you in physical form. It's hard. It's hard for you to understand, but they're all right here. Your daddy, your yogi, the two of them will soon be having deep philosophical conversations over a glass of beer and a game of chess. They're enjoying themselves. Don't worry. I love that image, I said to my spirit guides. I really do. We know you do, they say. Good. As for your nation, this month will be very rough. It will feel like a roller coaster. You as a collective are heading into the depths of despair, but you will ride back up again into the heavens. Spirit guides, I say, we don't want a roller coaster. We want smooth sailing, please. No, you don't. But they say, yeah, I guess, yes, you do. It does sound marvelous. It will be a while, though. Too many people are still on the wrong track. And I take another deep breath after a while, and I ask my spirit guides, Air India, what happened there, guides? Was it sabotage? I know too little about what's happening in India. I heard the witness said, the one survivor said, something exploded. It may have been placed there. And they responded, you will learn more about the passengers. There is a connection. Spirit guides, I say, I keep feeling a Russian connection. Was this intentional? Yes, they say. You will learn more over the next few days. Discussions will most likely focus on Boeing failures first. They may try to hide the true story. So I say, Spirit guides, I feel there might actually be a connection to the upcoming G7 summit. Is that true, or is that my imagination again? And they sigh and they say, you need to trust your first thoughts. They're usually right. Still, YouTube for entertainment purposes only, whatever I say here. I am just sharing some thoughts of my own. And I ask my guides, what else do you have to tell me? What else do you have to say, my guides? And they say the next 10 days will be pivotal. There will be massive breakthroughs. The Orange Man will suffer a health event. The parade will not take place. They're adamant about that. They're saying it's not going to take place. Okay, we'll have to see. The Orange Man will suffer from the bad ratings, and he will try to help Russia by sending U.S. troops. That is still coming up over the next few days. But what you will see is Republicans will start siding with Democrats. I kind of doubt that after listening to what I had here to sit today, but okay, that's what they're saying. There is movement. What you're now seeing are clown shows and catfights in the House of Representatives. The demonstrations over the weekend will show millions of Americans on the streets. I believe it. Peacefully demonstrating. Singing and dancing and demanding an end to the terror. End to the catfights. All of that will be underlined by a message of love and unity by Pope Leo in Chicago. I like that. I like that thought. What about my own life? We still see you happy, they say. You must push forward with your plans. You will struggle some more financially, but things will take a turn for the better over the next few days. There will be unexpected money coming in from unexpected places. I still think that's wishful thinking, my guides. Can you specify so that I can trust? No, you must trust for it to happen. Watch that negative energy. You will receive a phone call with unexpected news. I don't believe you, I say. That's fine, they say. But worrying and feeling tense is not going to help you. It will dig you deeper into despair. You must learn to trust. You must learn to walk away from troubles and do something enjoyable. We understand while you're in mourning, life isn't fun. You saw boats on the harbor today, and you yearn to be on a boat and have fun with friends. Put that image out there. You will receive an invitation. Okay, guys, what else? I'm not sure I can read any of this online. You'll be fine, they say. The issue with Senator Padilla will have wide-reaching ripples. The canceling of Big Bird and Sesame Street will take many heart. There will be protests all weekend, and Pope Leo will speak truth to the masses. It's going to be a glorious weekend, though, in how things are shaken up to the benefit of the collective. The end is near. Yes, Orange Man is not well. His body will not hold up much longer. The voting decision of last November will be uncovered as fraudulently counted. It will affect the White House, the Senate, and the House of Representatives. Orange Man is being haunted by his own past and by the brave soldiers from Gettysburg to Normandy. His health, his mind, all disintegrating. His body is calling him home. Do your 12-minute meditation, they say to me. Put on some good music to listen to while you're making dinner. Sing and dance, just a little bit. You might even want to put a sip of something stronger, to loosen up just a bit. Your body feels very stressed and it's hard to get through to you. In the meantime, you have scripts you can record. Your friendship with money script sounds fun. We love you so much. I see yogis smile as I talk to them. I don't feel any hugs today. My grief is deeper than I'm allowing myself to feel. But I say I love you, my guides. Thank you for being here. So this was a hard one for me to do today. I'm sorry if I'm coming all across as negative. But I have been shuffling my cards as I'm working through this. And when I was shuffling before, this is the Lightseers deck. When I was shuffling before, and I've already put it back in, I got the Three of Swords Heartbreak card, which is what I've been feeling. And the card that just came out now is the Seven of Cups, which I think is many different choices. I just love these cards, though. Choices to choose from. Choose wisely. And not really wanting to choose. So let's see. What do the cards have to say about the atmosphere in general? What can we share with me and with you while we're sitting here talking about a really rough week? I hear it's been wonky. A wonky week. And then we had a full moon yesterday, which isn't helping matters at all. And down here in Florida, we had rain, finally, which we needed, but it's waking up the mosquitoes in my yard, and they're coming into the house, and that's nasty. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. I love that card. Look at the, do you see the bird? She's peaceful. She's happy. There's good things coming into her life, which is exactly what we're looking for collectively and what I'm looking for personally in my life. Pentacles is wealth, money, just good things coming, right? That would be nice. So that's what they said would be coming over the next few days. I just hope it's true. I know that the month of June is still going to be very difficult for many of us. Anything else we can say? This one gets stuck. The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is basically you're feeling stuck. See how she's got these loose cords wrapped around her body. They're not, she can pull them apart. She's not really as stuck as she thinks she is. And we as a collective aren't as stuck as we might think we are. And we're working on it. We are dissolving those binds, those cords that bind. So, bottom of the deck was the Ten of Swords, which perhaps the Ten of Swords means what we were just saying about the Orange Man this weekend, right? An ending is near for him. He needs to go home. His soul is calling him home. I hope. Anyway. Okay. Moving on to the well-being cards from Abraham Hicks. See what do they have to say to us? This says 38 minutes in. I'm going to have to cut out about 10 minutes because I have about 10 minutes of wait time in there while I was waiting for my technology to work for me. All right, just one card. The one that came out while I was shuffling was, I practiced the science of deliberate creation, which is what we should all be doing. Giving thought to anything is creation. Giving deliberate thought to anything is deliberate creation. Giving thought to anything is creation. Giving deliberate thought to anything is deliberate creation. Hey, Charlie. My cat just jumped on the table. Hey, baby. Let me do one more shuffle because I'm not really satisfied with that card. Let me see. Talking about contrast before. It is contrast that puts the eternalness in eternity. Can you read that? Yeah, there we go. Your own valuable personal new desire is always born from contrast. So we're living through contrast right now, pretty much of it. That new desire is then heard and answered by source energy. Thus the glorious expansion of the universe. Okay, so we are all expanding, but as a collective we have to expand together. So we're sort of kind of waiting for the others to keep up. Keep up, why don't you, as a collective? In your own life you can expand, and there's still going to be contrast. That's fine. I'm babbling. Wisdom of the Oracles, one more card, and then I'll put an end to this. First card that comes in, again, every time I open this, is Unfinished Symphony. And I'm thinking, yeah, Yogi's life was an unfinished symphony. Nice. Loyal Heart. That was the card that dropped out. Loyal Heart. Yeah. Even throughout the dimensions. Love is love. Hearts are loyal. No matter what dimension we're in. On this earth and beyond. Loyal hearts. Good. That's good to know. That makes me feel better. I think that was a message. What else do we have? What have the round and round again, and I don't want to pull that again. Time to go. Ha! Time to go, but look what number it is. Hey, 45, it's time to go. Your soul is calling. Time to go. All right, is that mean? No, I don't think so. I think that's fitting right now. Message in a bottle. Unexpected messages are coming. So that's where we stand right now, and I'm gonna put a stop to this right now. I'm just being silly, or not. Who knows? Who knows? Just take it from where it is. Number 45. Time to go. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for cheering me up just a little bit when you read this and when you see this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoy putting these together for you. We'll talk soon. I've got more to write about, and I'm sure, and I've got some more scripts that I still haven't worked on, and I will get those done as soon as I can. Love you lots. Bye-bye.